Welcome back to Mexico, Ben. How are you?
Good, happy to be here.
Well, I want to know, how did the story Walter Mitty came to you?
Well, I got sent the script as an actor years ago, and when it was a different script, and it was more of a remake of the original musical comedy, and I didn't think they could really remake the musical comedy any better than it had been made by Danny Kaye. So then Steve Conrad, who's a really wonderful screenwriter, came up with this different take that was more emotional and felt to me more connected to what was going on in the world today in terms of people living in an economy that's downsizing and having to really try to figure out a way to connect with other people and get outside of our heads and sort of live our lives.
Good, very good job. Walter Mitty was a dreamer. We all have daydreams. Can you share what one daydreams with us?
Well, for me, my daydreams all usually relate to a movie that I'm working on. I think that's kind of what the process of directing is you start with this image in your head that you're imagining, and you're thinking about it, and you're seeing it in your head, and then you're either writing it down or trying to get pictures down of it, and then eventually talking to other people about it, and then filming it, and then editing it, but getting it out into reality. But most of the beginning of it is all imagining it in your head. So I think that's just a natural. Directing movies is a natural for daydreamers.
Tell me about the locations. They're amazing.
It was incredible. We got to go, first of all, Iceland is just an amazingly beautiful place that if you just put a camera up there, you shoot anywhere, you get amazing images. But the adventure of making the movie and going on Walter's adventure with him as we were making the movie, we felt like we were living in. It was important to me directing the movie that we had as many real locations and we had real environments, and that that we could actually be out in the ocean when Walter's in the ocean and actually climbing up a mountain, and it just informs the feeling of the movie for me. And as an actor, it's just you want to have those real experiences.
Which were the hardest visual effects to make?
For me, the hardest ones are the ones that hopefully you don't notice in the movie, that are the ones that maybe will augment an environment or something, or will add a mountain here or there, or take something away that you don't see, a safety harness here or there, things like that. So those are the challenging ones because you don't want people to notice them. And then of course the bigger stuff where you're kind of creating fantasy elements. That's a different thing too. But because you sort of have to, they have their own challenges. But I think those ones are the hardest. Okay.
We get to know Walter's life, but I would like to know some aspect about Ben Stiller. Which was your first job?
My first job? I worked at a camera store, actually. Yeah, on the Upper West Side of Manhattan, and I was sort of like a gopher and bagging garbage and taking care of stuff, and West Side Camera. Yeah, and I loved movies and cameras, and so it was a good job.
Okay, which was the most amazing gift you got as a kid?
Oh, as a kid? Oh, wow. Well, I didn't have a Stretch Armstrong like Walter has, but I had a $6 Million Man doll with the eye.
Yeah, I love
yes.
It.
Oh my.
I have one.
Yeah.
Too, yeah.
You still have it?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I was gonna say maybe I'd get one from you because I love that.
Which has been a moment in your life when you feel alone?
Alone? Yeah. There have been times, well, sometimes on location, when you're away from your family, it can be lonely. I remember going off, when I first went off to college, which I then quit very soon. I remember feeling really alone and going like, what am I doing here? Well, most kids were getting drunk at the frat house.
Which message did the movie give to you?
I thought you said massage. I was gonna it was like a Swedish massage. No. To me, the movie, the experience of making this movie was, I felt, the characters taking a chance and going out into the world, and for me, making this movie, taking the chance of going for what we thought the movie could be, and not having anything to relate it to necessarily in terms of what I'd done before, was probably what I got out of that was a feeling of like it feels good to take a chance, and so I think that maybe that's the message that I want people to take out of the movies. Like it's worth it to take a chance even if you fail. It's because you're taking action, and and that takes courage.
Your favorite scene?
I think the scene with Sean Penn up on the mountain.
The mountain?
Yeah,
At the top? Ah,
yeah.
I love it.
Because I love Sean, and I'm a big fan of his, and to be working with him, I'd always wanted to work with him. I felt very lucky to have that opportunity.
How was it work with Shirley MacLaine and Kristen and Adam? How was it?
Incredible. I mean, they're great actors, and each brings something very specific. You know, Shirley is of course iconic, and she's you know, just to be able to talk to her and hear her telling stories about working on these great movies that she's worked on, and for her to bring that that spirituality that she has to the character was important to me for the movie. And Kristen is just an amazing comedic actress, but also just an amazing actress, and she has a relatability, and she's so funny and so real that I think audiences really just connect with her immediately. And Adam Scott is just he's a comedic genius, that guy. Yeah.
So funny. In the movie, you had an helicopter ride, swimming with a shark, skateboarder, running Manhattan, like the Avenger, like superhero.
Yeah.
What is on your life bucket list?
I'd like to. I mean, I definitely want to go. There's some places I've never been that I really want to go, and go with my kids. And like take my kids to Africa, and go to Alaska. I'd like to go to Antarctica. Yeah. Hi, Sina Elena. That's me, Ben. I hope you go and enjoy A Secret Life of Walter Mitty. We had a great time making it, and hopefully you'll enjoy seeing it. Thank you.